The failure of attempted exonerations. Many attempts have been made by his modern followers to exonerate Calvin for the unconscionably cruel death of Michael Servetus. It is said that Calvin visited him in prison and pleaded with him to recant. At the same time, Calvin's willingness for Servetus to be beheaded rather than burned at the stake was not necessarily motivated by kindness, but was an attempt to transfer responsibility to the civil authority. Beheading was the penalty for civil crimes. Burning at the stake was for heresy. The charges, however, were clearly theological, not civil, and were brought by Calvin himself. The civil authority only acted at the behest of the Church. According to the laws of Geneva, Servetus, as a traveller passing through, should have been expelled from the city, not executed. It was only his heresy that doomed him, and only because Calvin pressed the charges. Calvin did exactly what his view of God required, in keeping with what he had written to Farel 7 years before. Here again, over Calvin's shoulder, we see the long shadow of Augustine. To justify his actions, Calvin borrowed the same perverted interpretation of Luke chapter 14, verse 23, that Augustine had used. Friends said, "Seldom have gospel words been given so unexpected a meaning." Farrar writes, "To him, Augustine, are due above all the bitter spirit of theological hatred and persecution. His writings became the Bible of the Inquisition. His name was adduced, and could there be a more terrible nemesis on his errors, to justify the murder of Servetus?" There was wide acclaim from Catholics and Protestants alike for the burning of Servetus. The Inquisition in Vienna burned him in effigy. Melanchthon wrote Calvin a letter in which he called the burning a pious and memorable example to all posterity, and gave thanks to the Son of God for the just punishment of this blasphemous man. Others, however, disagreed, and Calvin became the target of criticism. Many living in Calvin's time recognized the wickedness of using force to promote Christianity. Full approval was lacking even among Calvin's closest friends. Rebuking Calvin for the burning of Servetus, Chancellor Nicholas Zerkinden, a magistrate, said the sword was inappropriate for enforcing faith. In spite of many such rebukes, Calvin insisted that the civil sword must keep the faith pure. His conduct was in line with his rejection of God's love toward all, and his denial of human choice to believe the gospel.